Hi guys, welcome back to another review. Today we are doing the Avengers Age of Ultron Captain America by Hot Toys. So I do want to start off with this video with an apology, as you might think it's a bit strange that I'm doing reviews like this so far after the figures have come out. Well, I actually got this figure when it first came out, but the only thing is that because I live in England, they come, say, I think this one came out before the film came out in Hong Kong and America, and all the reviews got their reviews up and I got it in August, so it's pretty much pointless me doing a review when it comes out. And that's not to say, you know, I'm too lazy to do a review. It's just to say I just feel there's no point, but better late than never, and if you guys value my opinion, thank you very much. You're about to get it on this figure. So I've got it in the shipper. I don't know why, but the words are really strange. It's like this on the Star-Lord as well. I don't know why, it's just sort of messy printing, but whatever. Take it out of the shipper. It's got this protective bag that I kept on it. I don't know why, but I kept it on it. It's there. It says Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron, and this is of course uniform to the other boxes. It's got a picture of Captain America here. It's got the Avengers A, which is textured just like the other ones. It says Hot Toys Movie Masterpiece. On the top it says Captain America MMS 281 1/6 scale collectible figure. The side carries on with that picture with the nice Captain America shield logo there. On the side it says Captain America MMS 281 1/6 scale collectible figure with the shield picture carried on there. And then on the back it's just got the Avengers logo. It's just plain red and blue and white, and it has all the information about the figure. And on the bottom it says Avengers Age of Ultron. Top, you already know what that says. So you lift up the sleeve here, and just again uniform to the other Age of Ultron boxes. You would have the figure here with all its accessories, but I've taken them out. And it's sort of the same as the slip cover on the inside. So now we're going to crack open the figure and we're going to have a look at it. Okay guys, so we've got the figure out of the packaging with all the accessories, and as you can see, this is just wonderful. I really love this figure a lot. I was really happy when I got it, just because I wasn't getting a lot of figures at that time. Was not many new ones anyway, and I hadn't had a new one in a while, and it was just lovely to get it. Thank you very much to my brother as always for getting it for me. And that makes me sound like a spoiled brat, but I don't give a shit because I'm not going to turn down a figure. But yeah, as you can see, he's got the uniform Avengers Age of Ultron stand. It says Captain America, and then it has its sort of shield design for where the Avengers logo is. We'll get more onto the actual figure in the articulation. There's a lot to say about it. It's fantastic. As you can see, it comes with some shield holding hands. Now, as you notice, compared to the other ones, they have this sort of little metal piece here. Well, these it doesn't, because these are the magnetic hands that attach it to the shield. But I'll go more in depth to that. And these you can also hold the shield as well with these. You don't have to use the magnets. We've got sort of these hands. As you can see, they look a bit like the shield holding hands, but they're a bit more curved, so you actually hold the mask by its strap. And then you have a shield sort of throwing hand that's dipped in, and then you have an open palm grasping hand. Then you have the two fisted hands on the figure. Next we have the Steve Rogers head sculpt, which is kind of looking off to the left. We'll get more into that though. Then you have the just unhelmeted, what would you call that? Just a loose helmet basically. An empty helmet, there you go, that's what I'm looking for. And then you have the beautiful die-cast shield. And if you spin this round, oh god, I hate that sound. It has the magnets, and then you flip up this, and then you have the makeshift handle kind of thing. So now I'm actually going to do a comparison with the Stealth Strike version from the Winter Soldier film. Okay guys, so here we are with the Age of Ultron cap and the Stealth Strike cap. If it does look a bit strange and this one on the left looks a bit taller than this one, It's not, it's just that the stand is a bit bigger. So we're going to start with the comparisons. The head sculpts. So as you can see, they are pretty much the same. I know the helmet's a tiny bit different because this one's like sort of darker on the wings section and then this one's lighter. But they are pretty much the same. Now the suits, that's a different story. As you can see, the star doesn't really change much. But this ab section here does sort of stay the same, it just sort of changes colour. The shield, as you can see, is a lot different in the fact that this is red and that one is blue. I'm really happy that the Stealth Strike version came with this, because in some scenes he did have the red shield, but in that opening scene he did have the blue shield, and a lot of people were kind of afraid of it being blue. I don't know why, because it just looks amazing. But yeah, as you can see, there's like these maroon sections on the side, whereas there is all red all over this suit, and he has his little Avengers logo here, whereas on that one he has the shield logo. The pants on this one I think are a bit better, because these ones are very baggy, and also as you can see, these bits here on the knee pad sections they sort of look like they're curved in, and it makes him kind of look like he's got rickets, which is terrible to say, but it just does. And as you can see, these are a bit better, not terribly, but a bit better. And his boots, personally I prefer these ones. You see the glare of that. I prefer the Age of Ultron ones, but these Stealth Strike ones work out a lot better when posing, because these ones just go all over the place. You can't get them in a running pose. Some of you might be able to, but it's impossible for me. I just can't get them in a running pose. But yeah, for posing these are a lot better, but for looks these are a lot better. Now the stands, of course I prefer the Age of Ultron version, but this one for some reason just seems to hold him up a little bit better. It's probably down to the cradle, whereas this one you can kind of see the cradle, but it's kind of just about to go up his arse, and it's really weird. But you know, this one holds him a bit better. But yeah, that's comparison between the two. In terms of articulation, there are parts where this one's better than this one, but there's also parts where this one's better than that one. And I'm probably the only person who's ever going to say that. In terms of proportions, however, this one is miles better than this one. But that's not a problem. Like, I don't really care about that, about the proportions, but this one definitely does look a lot better. But that's it for the comparison of these two. Now I'm just going to move on to articulation. Alright guys, so now we're going to move on to articulation. Now before I start, I'd just like to point out about the head sculpt. As you can see, that's a really great likeness of Chris Evans inside of the helmet. And then we have this other head sculpt here, which is outside the helmet, sort of looking off to the left. I really think that's a great representation of Chris Evans without the helmet. It's really good. Right, and now I'm just going to show you how the magnetic shield works. So there's a magnet here where this little bit is, and then there's a magnet on the hand. So all you do, you simply line it up with these two little sections here, and you just, and on it goes. For some weird reason mine sort of moves around a bit, the magnets just aren't properly aligned, but also, which is really cool, it does go on the other arm as well. You sort of got to have the other arm, the actual arm for that. The actual hand, sorry. But you can actually attach it to his back like you could on the old one, but no clasp is needed. There's a magnet here and a magnet there, and then you simply just, and there you go, it's on his back. You just sort of line it up a bit better. But this is just fantastic. It stays on pretty well as well. I'm not going to shake it around because it's 200 quid and I'm not going to do that. But it does hold on pretty decently. But yeah, really cool figure, the magnets. But you obviously can also, I've never done it, but you can also use that handle, which is just flicked up there. You sort of hook his hand through there. In fact, I'm going to try it for you. Yeah, you just sort of hook his hand through the handle, and then that's one thing about the hands. Changing out the hands is really difficult on this one, and I'm not even going to try it because I don't understand how some people do it. They say they prefer him actually holding it, but there's no point in the film where those handles actually come out, so I don't know. But yeah, now we're going to move on to the actual articulation of the figure. So starting off with his head, you can look up pretty high. Not really, he just sort of stays central. You can look down really well. You can tilt his head side to side. His head's on a 360 ball joint. And that's it. I don't know why I was going for any further. His arm can go up about this much, but I've noticed that it will sort of pop down like in you know, you can keep it up about this much, but you can see it just comes down. It's really weird. His arm can go up that much, which is really cool. Can bend his arm up to here, so just over. Oh wow, actually that's about 120 degrees, so that's really good. He has an upper bicep swivel, so you can bring him in, make him look a bit stronger. And his hands, they do swivel very well, but there is no sort of movement other than that because the glove is so big, and also these are an absolute pain to change out. I'd suggest leaving the peg in the arm and then putting the glove on instead of putting it in the glove and then putting it in the arm, because it's an absolute pain in the arse. But you can lift his leg up about that much. His leg bends at 2 points right up there, so that's really good. But like I said before, the pads on his knees like to move around a bit. He has an upper thigh swivel, which is really good. And his boots can move around rather well as well. They can go up and down as they're on a separate part. But no ankle pivot really, kind of, but it won't stay there so much, so that's a bit of a letdown. Sorry, I forgot the ab crunch. There is kind of an ab crunch, but it's not very good, like it just bends down a tiny bit. But just enough, I'd say, for the kind of poses that you want. So if you kind of want him curved down like that, he will do it. But that's it for articulation, guys. Now I'm just going to put him in a few poses and then we're going to move on to my final verdict. Okay guys, so I've probably got this figure in the best fit pose I've ever had it in. It looks really great for me, so this is the pose I'm going to keep it in, but now we're going to move on to, of course, the final verdict. So, my final verdict about this figure. I don't know if it's still on sale now, I don't think it is, but if you were wanting to pick it up, I'd definitely recommend it. I really think it is a great figure, but with the Civil War version just around the corner, it's a lot darker. The shield's not magnetic, but you do get an extra, like, sort of angry faceplate, which I think does add to it a lot. But just in itself, I think the figure really is good if you want to collect it as an Avengers kind of thing. But I would wait for that Civil War with the Civil War version, as you do get more, and also, you know, it's kind of newer and you know, if you like that kind of thing. But if you are looking for it as an Avengers figure, I really do recommend it, and my final verdict is 8.5 out of 10. So thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned to the channel, and make sure you tune in for the next review. Like, subscribe and comment. Thanks guys, take care.